Today on Nova Legends podcast, I have our 2024 year-end awards. Here again to join me is my daughter Olivia. Are you excited for the awards this year?
Yes.
This is the second annual awards that I've given, and the second time Olivia has joined me, so we're very excited. Now, to for the awards themselves, it's generally the best player, but also the player that helped their team win the most games. If a player was hurt or the team didn't advance very far, obviously it's tougher to gauge their input. But I try to have a holistic look at it. And also, I did take into consideration votes that I got on the internet. So we tried to do include a little bit of input. So without further ado, let's get right to the awards. And the first award is going to be Player of the Year for girls soccer. Last year's winner was Samantha de Guzman for Colgan, now at Virginia Tech. And the nominees are first is Anna Chow. Anna Chow is a striker midfielder for TJ. She's going to Princeton. She's a 2020, she'll be a 2025 grad at TJ, and she led her team to the state quarterfinals and the regional final last year, and made second team All-Met. Had a tremendous season. The second nominee is Gabriella Garcia. Gabriella went to Wakefield. She graduated in 2024. She's now at Howard. She was first team All-Met last year, had a great rookie season at Howard, and they went to the NCAA tournament, and she scored some goals, some important goals for them. Maybe all rookie team or even rookie of the year, but great season for Gabriella. Third nominee is Daphne Vandevelde. She was a freshman last year. She's a sophomore currently at Madison. Just a dynamic wing player, scores lots of goals. Next up is Avery Strohecker. Avery was a goalie for Freedom who won the state championship. Avery made a penalty kick because the game went to penalties that won the game and also saved some as well. So Avery is now at Seton Hall, where she played in every game this year for Seton Hall. And the last nominee is Kira Hartogs. Kira, another midfielder from Madison. She's currently a senior. She's a 2025 grad. She's going to Xavier and playing soccer next year. So that's the nominees. And let's see who the winner is.
The winner is Anna Chow.
Anna Chow, congratulations. Anna just did a fabulous job elevating her team. They beat a really good South County team to get to the regional finals to advance the states, and she just did a lot. She just did a lot to help her team advance, and such a great dynamic player. So congratulations. That was a very hard award. Of all the awards I've given, this was the toughest one, especially with Avery Strohecker with a great freshman season at Seton Hall, and also the winning penalty and a great undefeated season. And also Gabriella Garcia, all the goals she scored in a great season at Harvard. So it was a very tough decision. All five candidates were great, but Anna does get the nod. So well, let's move on to our next one, which is boys soccer player of the year. This is another, this is going to be another challenging one as well. Our first nominee is Dante Tosado from McLean. Dante was a center back for McLean. He's currently at Penn State as a freshman, not playing soccer. But he was an amazing player in the middle of the McLean defense, made some goals that helped them advance to the state final, also scored, made some goals, but also stopped always the important player on the other team. So that's Dante. Second nominee is Joe Margita, also McLean High School. Joe just scores tons of goals. He was first team All-Met. I think he was obviously first team All Region. Joe was leading scorer for McLean. He's going to Villanova in 2000. He's graduating from McLean in 2025. So he's going to Villanova next year and playing soccer there. So congratulations, Joe. Third nominee is Moad Azizar. Moad played for Lewis midfield. Just moves the ball around so well for Lewis. I believe he went to the state tournament 3 or 4 years as a Lewis midfielder. Such a key player in the middle of the team, such a leader. And Moed is currently at American University. So congratulations to Moed. Fourth nominee is Luis Fuentes. We also call him Lucho. In his third varsity season, Lucho scored important goals, dynamic player, helped lead, I think, Herndon to its second straight state tournament. Just an amazing player going to James Madison. He's graduating in the spring 2025 and playing soccer at James Madison. And the last nominee is Jefferson Lopez Correas from Garfield. This guy is a flash, fast wing player. Garfield had a great year, and this guy had many of the goals. And now he's in this fall had a great freshman season at Marymount. I actually believe he made the all rookie team and maybe even one of the, I think, honorable mention all league. So congratulations, Jefferson. And let's see who the winner is.
The winner is Joe Margita.
Joe, hat trick Joe. Congratulations, Joe. This is a tough pick also. Dante and Joe were both my final choices. In the spring, I picked Dante off his leadership in getting the team to the state final. Could have been Joe. Both these guys were incredible all year long. Joe's such a great player, good guy. Congratulations, Joe. So let's move on to coaching. Soccer coaches. We'll do the boys first. And the first nominee is last year's winner, John Millward for Lewis. John just has done a tremendous job with that program. I believe, like I said, with Moed, the team has gone to the state tournament maybe 3 or 4 years in a row. Still hasn't gotten that title, but I'm sure it's coming. John just does a great job with that program. The second nominee is Sean Patrick Burke. Coach Burke was the Washington Post Coach of the Year. Woodson was undefeated, I believe, in the regular season with one tie. They did advance to the state tournament, losing narrowly to McLean in the regional final. Losing to McLean in the state quarterfinals after losing to Lewis in the regional final. Anyway, coach does a great job and has the respect of everybody. Third nominee is Leland Jameson, McLean. Coach Jameson, as I said before, took McLean to the state final. Really tinkered with this lineup. McLean's had a lot of talent over the last several years, but there's always a little bit of drama in that program. He's been able to settle things down and get the boys playing, getting a lot of their top players to play soccer and buy in. So great season, Coach Jameson. The fourth nominee is Coach Jordan Steffi from Herndon. In his first year at Herndon, took them to the state tournament. He had big shoes to fill coming to Herndon. But again, just did a great job. Really nice guy coming over from Potomac Falls High School, and coach really motivated his kids and had a really big win at Lee in the state quarterfinals, which qualified them for the state. And the last nominee for coach is Tony Garza from Lake Braddock High School. Tony has won a state title before at Mount Vernon. Everyone loves Coach Tony. Does a great job. His Lake Braddock team won an epic battle against Robinson in the regionals, a game no one who was there will ever forget. So congratulations, Coach. And I'm sorry, there's one more nominee for Coach of the Year, and that's Eber Martinez from Garfield. Coach Garfield, just an amazing presence with these kids. I think he had a young team this year. He played a lot of kids, and really is a good inspirational force on the sidelines. So congratulations, Coach Eber, as well. So let's see who the winner is.
The winner is Coach Sean Patrick Burke.
Oh, Coach Burke, congratulations. You had quite a year with the awards. Washington Post is one thing, but the Nova Soccer Source Award, now you know you've made it. So congratulations, Coach. So, well, let's move on. Let's go to the girls soccer coach. Some more great nominees. First off is Coach Chris Campbell from Freedom South Riding. Won the state championship, undefeated team. I believe the first state championship in the history of the school of any type, I believe. Undefeated, as I said. Coach does a great job. He's a Woodson graduate himself, I believe 85, 86. He also coaches at Paul VI in the fall. Won a title there, was All-Met Coach of the Year in the Washington Post. 2024 was a year to remember for Coach Campbell. Let's move on to the second nominee, Sherry D'Amato. Coach D'Amato played at George Mason when they were at the top of college soccer back in the 80s. She's been gone for coaching in a while. I believe she retired from teaching and got back into coaching. I think Woodson won one of the first 9 games. They were 1-8. She turned this team around, had some great assistant coaches as well. They went all the way, won the region in a dramatic game against TJ, and they got all the way to the state tournament where they lost narrowly. Congratulations, Coach D'Amato. The next nominee is another new coach, first-year varsity girls coach, Jim Mensa from Madison. Coach Mensa inherited a stacked lineup, lots of talent, lots of commitments from these girls playing travel soccer and busy, but he got them to buy in, had a phenomenal year. They scored so many goals, and they got to the state tournament where they lost narrowly to eventual winner Freedom. Congratulations, Coach. The fourth nominee is Coach Prem Singh from TJ. Coach, no one was talking about TJ before the year, but Coach, with Anna Chow and the rest of the players, had a season to remember. Coach engineered a win against a very stacked South County team to get to the state tournament. Coach, congratulations. And the last nominee is Tom Wardswack from Colgan. Coach won the state title in 2023. He graduated Samantha de Guzman. He lost Cam Winger, and he still got his team back to the state final to lose against Freedom. Coach has done a great job, and congratulations, Coach. And the winner is
Chris Campbell.
congratulations, Coach Campbell. Coach, what a great year. Washington Post Coach of the Year, but also now the Nova Soccer Source, Nova Legends Coach of the Year. Well deserved. So now we're going to move on to some football. We're going to start with, let's start with last year's winner, Jeff Overton. Jeff Overton was two-time Virginia State Player of the Year, I believe. He plays for Hayfield, by the way, running back. He was Washington Post Player of the Year last year. Jeff's going to Virginia Tech. Maybe one of the best running backs that I've ever seen play in Northern Virginia, one of the best. And I went to high school with Chris Warren. Jeff is that good. Unfortunately, did not get to play a lot of big games this year because of Hayfield had some off the field struggles. But it does nothing to diminish Jeffrey's his accomplishments on the field. Great career, Jeff. Look forward to seeing you at Tech. Second nominee, Dominic Nisley, running back, Madison, also wide receiver. Dominic had a year to remember. He was always been a great player. Played with behind two great running backs, the Draghi brothers, and finally got a chance to get all the carries the last 2 years. And Dominic came through this year in big time. Had a great year. His performance in the state championship game. All three of Madison's touchdowns were scored by Dominic, and he can make something out of nothing. Just had a tremendous career. I believe he's Class 6 Player of the Year. He's headed to Coastal Carolina in the spring, probably in a few weeks. Best of luck, Dominic. And now the third nominee for Player of the Year of football is Cale Yates, quarterback from Madison. What a scrappy little player. Cale just had a great career. I believe a 3-year starter at Madison, second team All-State. Took them to the state in the state playoffs 3 years. This year, his performance on that last drive is something that we'll never forget. Three great passes and almost won a state title for Madison. So congratulations, Cale. I believe Cale is playing baseball at the Naval Academy, and he'll graduate in 2025 after playing baseball, which is his best sport. And then the last nominee for Football Player of the Year is Brady Carmichael. Brady Carmichael is a quarterback at Briarwoods, also a linebacker, just a tough player. What a warrior. Briarwoods, as Brady's freshman year, were 1-9. This year, they went all the way to the state playoffs. They had an upset win against Riverbend on the road, beat a well-regarded Elsie Bird, and then got to the final. Played probably the best team in the state in Maury, but Brady was just a tremendous quarterback the whole time, just tough, great runner. I think he had 200 yards rushing against LC Bird. So that's Brady, and best of luck at Navy. So let's see who the winner is.
The winner is Dominic Nicely.
Congratulations, Dominic. The awards keep coming. What a season. You deserve it, Dom. Well, let's go on. We're going to go we're going to go to basketball. And then we're going to go to the girls player of the year. And the first nominee is from Centerville High School is Kennedy Parrott. Kennedy's a very athletic player, tremendous year. Centerville was a team we haven't heard much about, but led by Kennedy, they get all the way to the state semifinals, had a tremendous year. Kennedy is back at Centerville. This is her senior year, and we get a chance to watch her play again this year. The next nominee is Sadie Shores. Sadie Shores from Woodgrove High School out here. It's in Purcellville. Sadie is a 2024 graduate of Woodgrove, guard, just great career. I believe she transferred back from Paul VI at some point, but definitely the leader of the pack, led them to the state title. Congratulations, Sadie. And then from Osborne Park, I have Kay Rainey. Osborne Park has been a great program over the last decade or so, ever since Chrissy Kelly got there. Kay was the top player last year. She's back this year. I believe this is her senior year. And Osborne Park is going to be, again, a force to be reckoned with after getting to the state quarters last year. And also, we got Georgia Simonson from Robinson. Georgia's a forward, but she plays post. She play guard. She does everything. She's going to Radford last year. Georgia's won 3 regional championships in her 3-year career. She's back in her senior year this year and has Robinson off to a great start. So those are the 4 nominees. Let's see who the winner is.
The winner is Georgia Simonson.
Oh, Georgia, congratulations. What a great player. What a great player. Well deserved. Now we're going to move on to boys basketball. It was a banner season last year, some great ball. The first nominee is our returning winner, is Jordan Scott. Jordan Scott is signed with Michigan. He's a 2025 graduate. Led South Lakes in scoring, leader on the court. He's the son of Jerome Scott, who's played at South Lakes, great player, and Christy Scott played at South Lakes, great player. They both had a terrific college careers. Jordan does it all. He's off to another amazing start for South Lakes. They won the Classic in Delaware. Yes, the Governor's Classic in Delaware yesterday. Second nominee is Brian Kennedy, South Lakes point guard. Here's a kid, came up really big in the state final. Probably outplayed Tay Barber, who's doing well at Harvard. Tay Barber is a Patriot player. We'll get to Tay as well. But Brian had a great career and just a really scrappy guard. And he's playing in college. It took him a while to find a home. Well done. Brian was also a terrific football player. Next, we're going to go back to Patriot. Tay Barber. I kind of teased this with when he played against Brian Kennedy in the state final. Tay Barber transferred to Patriot from Osborne for his senior year. Had a great season. They won their regional championship, the 6B on the Cedar Run District. Tay, just a great shooter, one of the best shooters that I've seen in many years. And again, off to a great start at Patriot. And then we're going to go to Kai Robinson. Kai Robinson has played at Alexandria City. He had just a great career. Played with his brother, Cullen Robinson. I believe they're twin brothers, but even if they're not, Cullen plays at Hood College. Kai is at Mary Washington College and doing well this year as well. And just great to see Kai have such a nice career. He seems like a really great kid. So who's the winner?
The winner is Jordan Scott.
George Scott, congratulations. That's probably the least surprising pick of the day. So now we're going to move on to basketball coaches. At least the boys basketball coach last year, Carlos Poindexter from Hayfield won the coach of the year for Nova Legends. And once again, he's nominated. He lost so many players going into last year, including Greg Jones, David King, excuse me, and others. And just Carlos does an awesome job. One of the best coaches probably in the history of Northern Region. He won 2 state championships in a row. Last year, got to the state semifinals where they lost to, or the semifinals where they lost to South Lakes, but they had beat on the road. They beat Lansdowne. So what a great year Carlos had. Second nominee is Sherman Rivers from Patriot. Sherman I think he's won 3 regionals in a row. He's been in the state tournament probably 3 or 4 times, but I think I'm shortchanging him. Sherman does a great job. He was a tremendous guard himself at Potomac High School, had a pro career overseas, and continues to work so hard for these kids. Next nominee is David Houston, the House. David is coaching at West Potomac. David won the region, the Occoquan region last year at West Potomac. David's one of the best tournament coaches in the game. His team's really improved in postseason and just had a dramatic season, big win over Fairfax, just as dramatic loss over Oscar Smith at home, heartbreaking. But Dave did a great job. Congratulations, coach. And the last nominee is Michael Desmond from South Lakes. Mike had a great year. South Lakes, all the great players it's had in its history. It took a Chantilly guard, Mike Desmond, to win the state title at South Lakes. He had a great game plan for Patriot, was able to turn around that huge deficit the first time they had played early in the season and won the state title about as easy as you can. Congratulations, Mike. And who's the winner, Olivia?
The winner is Mike Desmond from South Lakes.
Mike, congratulations, Coach Desmond. Washington Post Coach of the Year, and now you're Nova Legends Post Coach of the Year. So let's move along to girls Coach of the Year for basketball. I mentioned Centerville had a great year last year. Out of nowhere, Coach Josephine McLean just did a super job with this team. I didn't know much about Coach McLean. She played in the area. I believe she played for Westfield. I'm freezing on her coach, but Josephine turned this team around in an area with lots of good teams, and she was able to keep her players at Centerville and produce. They really had a great season last year, and congratulations, coach. The next nominee is Robinson's TJ Dade. All coach does is win regional titles. I believe won his 3rd regional in a row, got to the state quarters last year. They lost to an incredible Thomas Dale, I believe. Coach is just a hardworking guy. I believe at some point, I think he went to Mary Washington or coached there. Everyone really has a respect for him. He's a really good, decent guy, but just a tremendous job. And this year he's doing the same thing. He's lots of graduating players. He kept Georgia Simonson there. Credit to Georgia and her great parents, but also he's rebuilding that team, and I think we'll see the Rams really tough postseason again. And third nominee, Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher from Woodgrove. Coach Fisher won the state title at Woodgrove. He's been knocking on the door, got that title with some great players. They really play up-tempo basketball, fun to watch, score a lot of points. And congratulations, Coach Fisher. And then the 5th nominee is the legendary Coach Chrissy Kelly. Chrissy Kelly won a state championship, I believe, at Forest Park, and has been really close with Osborne Park, one of the best programs in the state, definitely in Northern Virginia. Once again, Coach got to the state quarterfinals with her team, and I know this year that they're one of the teams to beat. So those are the nominees. Who's the winner?
The winner is TJ Dade.
Coach Dade, congratulations. Great season. Great dude. Well done. Well, we're going to go back to football, and we're going to do Coach of the Year for football this year. I didn't give a award last year because I didn't watch enough games, but this year I was able to get out there and watch many games. And it's such a great season, a memorable football season. I just loved it. First nominee is Daryl Overton from Hayfield. Coach won 2 state championships at Freedom, moved to Hayfield this season. There was lots of controversy off the field that made national news, but Coach had a great season, lost 1 game to an amazing Riverdale Baptist team. But Hayfield was a dominant team, and Coach does such a wonderful job with his team. Second nominee is Madison's Justin Counts. Justin is recently named Washington Post All-Met Coach of the Year. He's Virginia Class 6A Coach of the Year. Coach in a wonderful coaching staff. Just had a tremendous season. Everyone said that Madison could not beat Oscar Smith, and they didn't, but they almost did, and they definitely put a winning effort out there. And coaches just does a wonderful job, and such a great dude. Next, we have Mike Burnett from Briar Woods. Mike has won some state championships at Broad Run and returned to the area from California. He was coaching out there, came to Briar. As I mentioned when I was talking about Brady Carmichael, this is a program that won one game his first year there. He stayed with it, built a winner right away, almost in the second year. And this year, a couple of big upsets. Coaches, in terms of putting a game plan together, he's about as smart as they get. And he's really done a great job of inspiring these kids to work hard in the offseason. Congratulations, Coach. Next, we have from Kettle Run, Coach Charlie Porterfield. Coach Porterfield, is a Division I football player, I believe at Elon. Coach has turned around that Kettle Run program. This year, they just had some great wins. They beat TJ undefeated. They beat a great Armstrong team. They beat a favorite Lafayette team. They ran into a buzzsaw Liberty Christian private school team that can do some things that maybe the rest of the schools can't do. But Coach Porterfield had a wonderful season. Congratulations, Coach. And the last nominee from Washington and Liberty, Josh Shapiro. Washington Liberty had the first undefeated regular season, either in school history or in 40 years. It's been a long time. Coach they just did a wonderful job at Washington Liberty. They played some really fun football to watch. They moved the ball and scored a lot of points this year. Congratulations, Coach. Now, who's the winner?
The winner is Justin Counts.
Justin Counts from Madison. Congratulations, Coach. Just a wonderful season. So next, we have a lot of people in media and podcasts that help cover the games, kind of my brethren and sisters in this battle to get these kids exposure and to bring light to our games. So I want to bring light to some of the folks that helped this year and it did great work, and people that I follow myself. So Olivia, you'll be able to read some of the winners. Just read the winners.
Okay. Best local coverage, mainstream media, Chad Ricardo.
Congratulations, Chad. Chad does a great job for Fox 5. He brings enthusiasm, flair to our games, and I think covered the Hayfield saga with decency.
Best new podcast, All Hitches Podcast.
All Hitches Podcasts. These guys put a lot of time into football. They really do. They really know their football, unlike me, who talks in platitudes. These guys, their podcast was new on the scene and definitely made an impact. It's a YouTube channel as well. Okay, what's the next one?
Best local basketball coverage, Chris Jolly.
Chris Jolly, NovaHoops.com. Nova Hoops is the indispensable basketball guide. Has the scores, has the schedule, has the polls, has the analysis. Coach Jolly was a basketball coach, is a basketball coach himself, and it really is high level stuff. We're lucky to have him. Who's next?
Best statewide sports coverage is Matthew Hatfield.
Matthew Hatfield, another indispensable source. Matthew knows everything about high school sports, knows more than I do. I'm better 50 years ago, but Matthew's better now. But Matt puts time and energy. He's making his living doing this. We need Matthew. Always support Matthew. And congratulations, Matthew. Oh, all right. So who's next, Olivia?
Community Service Media, Dwight Vick.
Yeah, Dwight Vick from Victory Life. Dwight Vick he's a very successful podcast, Victory Life. He has a nonprofit that helps kids and people that are in crisis. He's got a son who's a really good player, Isaiah Vick, and Dwight has coached himself, and his cousin is now the coach at Norfolk State. Michael Vick, some guy we may know. Congratulations, Dwight. And who's next?
Sideline reporter, Manette Anderson.
Yes, congratulations. The lady broadcaster, Monet Anderson, wins the sideline reporter. So, well, great. We're going to move on now. Keep this moving. And the next award is the Sportsmanship Award. This is for the person that kind of defines what a great competitor is. Not only do they win, they show leadership, they show poise, and they play different sports. This is an athlete that we're going to miss when they graduate. All right, who we got?
Cale Yates.
Cale Yates from Madison High School, quarterback, also a short, I believe a shortstop or second base in baseball. Cale's, like I said earlier, his drive, we'll never forget his performance in the state final, but Cale has been a competitor all along, and apparently he's just a really hardworking kid. Cale, congratulations, well done. And so next, we're going to do the Athlete of the Year. Athlete of the Year it's a competition between the people that won each of the different categories, and we're going to pick one as the Athlete of the Year. The first nominee is Jordan Scott, who won our boys basketball from South Lakes. The second nominee is Dom Nisley, running back from Madison, who won football. Our third nominee is Georgia Simonson from Robinson, forward, guard, center, everything going to Radford next year. She won our girls basketball. The next nominee is Anna Chow from TJ. Anna Chow is just a do everything attack type player going to Princeton. And from boys soccer is Hat Trick Joe Margita from McLean. Who's the winner?
The winner is Jordan Scott.
Jordan, congratulations. The awards keep coming. You deserve it. We appreciate you staying in the public schools and playing public school basketball. You could have gone anywhere. And the fact that you and your parents always support the public schools. Your mom coached for many, many years at South Lakes. Your dad is always a parent at the games. We appreciate what you've done for the game, our culture, and we just know you're going to do amazing things for Tom Izzo at a little school called Michigan State. So, well, let's move on. This is our last award of the year. This is a 2024 Legend of the Year. This is the adult from all the other categories, the winners from all the other categories. That is our nominee as Person of the Year. And the nominees are, to remind you, TJ Dade, Robinson basketball coach, great season. Mike Desmond from South Lakes basketball, and Justin Counts, Madison football coach, great season. And then Chris Campbell from Freedom Soccer, but also Paul VI Soccer. And Sean Patrick Burke, Woodson, he's the soccer coach at Woodson. Who is the 2024 Legend of the Year?
The winner is Justin Counts.
Coach Counts, great year. Well done. I know you're getting ready for baseball, but really appreciate what you did for this year at Madison. You turned all of us into Madison fans that night. That was such a great moment. But look, I just want to thank you guys for following us this year. Make sure you subscribe and like, and I really appreciate all the kind words and all the support you've given me. I want to thank my daughter, Olivia, for helping me. I know she loves this. It's a highlight of her holiday season. So I want to thank her again. But look, everyone have a happy new year. Make sure if you have any comments about who won the awards or any nomination, leave them in the comments section. But I appreciate everything you guys do. And we look forward to seeing you in 2025. Goodbye.